UX questions. Your user experience questions answered in 3 minutes or less.
Weston from Brooklyn, New York asks, what is the double diamond process? I love that question. Thanks for asking, Weston. This is UX question number 92, and I'm Ben Judy. What is the double diamond process? Well, it's perhaps the most common model for user-centered digital product design. It consists of 4 key phases: discover, define, develop, and deliver. Now, imagine these represented in 2 diamond shapes, where discover is the left half of the first diamond, and the right half is define. So it broadens with discover phase and then narrows down with the define phase. Then you have the second diamond, the first half of which is develop. You're going broad again, and then you deliver, and that's the right half that narrows down to the finish. Discover, define, develop, deliver. Now, you'll see some slight variation of these words, such as discover, define, design, deliver, but it's always 4 Ds. And it's that pattern of divergence and convergence, going broad, then going narrow. That's the heart and soul of the double diamond. The whole product team in sync, exploring opportunities and expanding possibilities, and then narrowing down to solution decisions, first with strategy, and then with a working product. It's a very linear process, left to right. You start with discovery, and when you're done with that, you hit an inflection point and you move on to the next phase. You can iterate and repeat steps, but then I would suggest you're not really playing with diamonds anymore. You're doing loops or circles. But that's the abstract nature of these processes. Let's talk pros and cons. In my experience, the double diamond model is easy to teach and simple to understand. It's like training wheels. That's why a lot of UX boot camps and certificate programs teach it. It can help align expectations for what's next in a human-centered design process. In the cons column, as I said, it's linear. It does not map to agile software development approaches. It does not play nicely with Scrum methodology. It suggests that you do user research and building empathy with users as just one step in a sequential process, not continuously, which I think is foolish. So it has strengths and weaknesses, and apparently it has staying power. I remember first learning about it in the mid-2000s as it was becoming popular, and it hasn't gone away, even as UX practice has evolved. If you want a simple, albeit oversimplified way of explaining how UX work is done, you could do worse than the double diamond. Just don't dogmatically adhere to it. No project should ever go exactly the way the model depicts. Keep asking your questions about UX. Next time I'll answer the question, how can I prepare for a UX job interview? Hey, it's Ben Judy. Thanks for listening to another episode of UX Questions. If you like what you just heard, would you let others know about it? If you're watching on YouTube, click the share, like, and subscribe buttons. If you're listening to the audio podcast, share it with your friends and give us a 5-star rating and write a short review. Those shares, likes, subscribes, and reviews make a big difference. The bigger our audience grows, the more support comes in, the more questions I can answer, the more I can improve the quality of the show, and ultimately, the more we all learn and grow together. Why don't you take a few seconds right now, share, like, subscribe, rate, and review. Share our social media posts too. We're on LinkedIn, Instagram, and Twitter. Comment back on this episode and tag your friends and UX colleagues. If I've learned one thing about user experience over the course of my career, it's that there's always something new to learn, some new question to be answered. So keep those questions coming in, and thank you for sharing, liking, subscribing, rating, and reviewing UX Questions.